Welcome to the Iohl East Coast Radio Show. My name is Sir Mike Knight.
My name is Pro Styles.
My name is Red Wing.
All right. And we're going to bring you East Coast of the Iohl. Try to do this every week. We're going to start off by just introducing ourselves. My name is Sir Mike Knight. I started in Season 3, brought in by Diesel062 as his AGM in Pittsburgh, where I played right wing. He switched me to right D. During the international tournament, Hockey Gods picked me up on Switzerland, won silver as a right D man. In Season 4, I was asked to become a commissioner. I was also drafted by the New York Rangers, traded to Toronto, asked for a trade from Toronto, ended up on Montreal. Montreal became Boston. And now this year I am the vice president playing for the Edmonton Oilers. Pro Styles, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I'm Pro Styles, as he just said. I currently play for the St. Louis Blues. I just started playing last season. One of my buddies got me involved, and I really liked where this league was going. So I got put on an AHL team, got traded for, and then got called up to the Blues, where I played about 20 games, made it to the playoffs, and then got knocked out in the playoffs by Chicago. That was an unfortunate series for us. And then thanks for the moral support. And this year I'm back on the same team, the St. Louis Blues, looking to make another cup run. And I just got promoted to vice president of the league a couple weeks ago, right? I believe so.
Yep.
And that's where we're at today. That's where I sit.
All right, Red Wing, tell us a little about yourself.
This is my first official season in Iohl. I signed up last season, but I didn't play because of the website. But this is my first real season. I'm playing with Washington. They're left wing. Other than that, I'm just a regular player. Nothing special.
All right. So let's just jump into the East Coast right now. We're in the middle of week 3. Who do you see, Pro Styles, as some of the top skaters in the East Coast?
Some of the top skaters. Well, I mean, I don't know. You got to pretty much base it off of who you know and who you've seen play, right? I know DJI Reppensane over there in Tampa. He seems to be doing pretty good. Kyle in Detroit, I like the way he plays. Rav and Steve-O. I mean, Columbus is a very strong team, so I'm not surprised to see them at the top there. And then, Drunken Stab, Forza, it's another good squad over there in New Jersey. So those are some of the top players that stick out in the Eastern Conference for me.
All right. And Red Wing, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, but how about some top goalies? Give me some top goalies in the East Coast.
Well, seeing from what I've seen lately, we've had quite a bit of a high-scoring goal, so I can't really point out anyone specific. But we did have our most recent goalie for Washington, Shenanigans. She played phenomenal her first day of being a Washington Capital. Columbus's goalie is pretty freaking good. I want to see who that is. Actually, I don't know who that is off the top of my head. Blue 666. He
Oh, yep.
He got the cross creases and all that
Stanley
stuff.
Cup winner last season.
Oh, was he? Oh. Well,
Yep.
He played outstanding. At least past 2 games I played against him.
Right.
That's pretty much all.
Right. All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna add to that a little bit. How about some 93 momentum over there in Detroit? Now Detroit's got a pretty decent team. Am I wrong? Pro Styles?
Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, no, they definitely do.
I mean, as far as I'm seeing right now, we got Momentum and Smoke Panda over there. 2 of the top 5 in goals against average right now. Momentum in save percentage there too, and he's already got 2 shutouts this season. Now, whether that be because of him or because of the defense, I mean, it's got to be some of both. You know, I mean, add in some of the offense there, like you said, Kyle. You know, leading the Eastern Atlantic Division right now in points. So let's talk about some of the big changes. We've seen a bunch of big changes in management. One of the biggest ones is Florida. Started off, 8-0, and then they get blacklisted. Now, how do you see, because you also have Elite comes in, he takes the team, and then he has to leave. Now, how do you see Florida rebuilding from that?
Well, honestly, I don't really know the guy who's taking over. So I don't know how his, managerial, how he's going to be able to handle that team over there. But they're built of a team of $1 million players. Right? So it's all a bunch of guys that people may not know so much because they were, just a free agent list pretty much. It's hard to tell where they're going to go from here because a lot of players left when those LG guys got banned. A lot of players left when Elite left. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. See if they can bounce back from that new management twice within a couple weeks.
Now, Red Wing, do you think that this is it for Florida? Do you think they can bounce back from this, or do you think they're done?
No, they can bounce back from it. It's early in the season. They got time to adjust.
All right, man of many words.
The biggest thing with Florida is their remaining salary. They still have a lot of salary to play around with. If they need to make moves to get back in the game, they have the room to do it. If any team can get back into it, I think it's them, just solely based on the fact that they have 17 mils as of this moment left in salary.
All right. And there seems to be possible collapse in management in Detroit as well. Now they've got some top skaters over there. I don't know if many of them are going to stay after Pure Genesis leaves. What do you think?
Well, that's tough to tell. I never understood why people leave because of one player's decision. I don't think it's going to hurt that team too much because a lot of those guys actually enjoy playing here. So I don't think you're going to see too many guys leave, maybe a couple, but I think that the majority of that team is going to still be there at the end of the day. And they're still going to be a pretty powerful team as long as Pete can get them all in order and keep them the way he wants them to be there.
Right. Red Wing, anything to add?
No.
All right. So, Red Wing, you are, if I'm not mistaken, the only person right now that plays in the East Coast in this radio show. How do you see your team of Washington matching up against the other opponents down there?
Well, from what I've seen the past 3 weeks now, all these great teams like Tampa Bay, Ottawa, Jersey, Columbus. St. Louis was a good team against us, even though they're West. But I'm just aiming off the teams I've played against. From my experience, I've lost almost every game I've played because all these teams are so. It's really just a bunch of good players and stuff. So it's kind of like hard to say other than the East Coast is full of
right.
good players.
So you being part of Washington, you've been part of one of the biggest trades so far. Pig Farm 70 gets traded from New York Rangers to Washington. How is he fitting in with the defensive system down there?
I've played 2 games with him, and from what I've seen, I played games other than outside of league, and with him just played a bunch of drop-ins with him, and he's I think that's one of the best things that's happened. He's him and Bone Crusher. You put those two together on defense, and that's our solid D right there. They're just outstanding. Pig Farm is just, he knows when to pass it. He knows where the puck's going to be when it gets into their offensive zone. He knows when to pinch and when not to. He's just all around one of the best defensemen I've seen.
All right. And run me through the standings so far, Pro Styles. Who's due for a push up, and who is due to fall back a little bit?
Well, that's tough. It's really too early in the season to call who's going to fall back at this point. The obvious teams
I understand that, but you're seeing some management changes here. You're seeing some trades go. I mean, is Florida due for a pushback before they come back up, or are they just going to tread water here, sitting there in fifth place?
Well, here's what I'll tell you. If I look at the stats overall, there's three teams that surprise me more than anything at this moment, and that's the Capitals, the Penguins, and the Bruins. I had a lot bigger hopes for these teams, and they're sitting at the bottom of the pack right now. Boston has 3 wins as of this moment. Washington has 5, and Pittsburgh only has 4. These teams are better than that. They have a lot better players on there. I don't know if it's just the chemistry's not building yet, or there's some issues going on there with players getting on. I don't know what it is, but I think they have a lot more talent on these teams than what's actually showing on the standings. As far as who I think is going to get pushed back, it's really hard to say at this point. Ottawa surprises me a bit. I didn't think they'd have the record that they have. So I think they're going to slow down at some point. I could be wrong, but this is just what my personal opinion is. And I also believe the Islanders are probably going to get pushed back a little bit. I don't know. I'm very surprised at the bottom of the pack at most of the teams down there.
All right, Red Wing, I know you're somewhat right. Red Wing, I know you're a little new to this league, but are there any teams that are up at the top that surprise you right now?
Honestly, I cannot really say. I've not seen any of these guys before play. So.
Right. I mean, all that's going to come in time. Pro, how about you? Any guys that are up at the top besides Ottawa that you think, wow, how did that happen?
Tampa Bay Lightning. I know they got good players on their squad, but they're in a 3-way tie for 3rd place in the league right now. They're sitting at 30 points. They're leading the Atlantic Division. I mean, that would not have been my first pick for them to be. I would have seen them in the middle of the pack maybe, but they seem to be running away with the Atlantic as far as wins goes. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys, if they can keep it hot or if they're going to get pushed back at some point.
All right. So let's go back to stats for a second. All right. Now, I'm seeing the Metropolitan here, and I got to tell you, Rav and Steve-O, along with Drunk and Prime King, seem to be fighting over that number 1 spot right now. Rav holds it. Do you see that changing? Do you see anybody else getting into the mix there?
Yeah, for sure I do. It's tough, again, because teams, I mean, look at where we're at in trades. As far as commissioner status goes, we've already passed more work than we've ever done in any league, and we're only 3 weeks into the season. I mean, there's so much movement going around with trades and training camps and waivers and everything. So it's really hard to tell at this point who's going to do what, but just based off of pure, constantly getting the amount of points per game, I mean, you got to look and think that Pulse at some point is probably going to be up in the mix there. And even, Forza, he's only a couple points back, but he's got a good team there, and he's got 2 games less played than all the guys on the top. So I think that's a couple of people that could definitely sneak into the top here. within one game even, you might see them in the top 4.
All right. All right. And, we're seeing some of the same names here as far as goaltending. G&G Slayer, he signed up as a left wing, right? He was Vezina Trophy winner in season 3. Now, he says he wants to play left wing. Do you see him playing left wing for the rest of the season, or do you see him playing goalie for a team sometime?
Really depends on how well the team's doing. I don't know who the goalie is over there, but if he can hold ground and they're getting wins, no need for him to be there. As far as goalie, if he's playing his position on left wing and getting those points that he needs to get, and their goalie situation is solid, yeah, sure, I can see him playing it out.
He's sitting in Vancouver, so he's got 7 games played. He's won 6 of them. I mean, I don't see why they would take him out of goalie. He's clearly got them going.
Well, he signed up as left wing. Yeah. He has stated that he wants to play left wing this season. Let me ask you real quick, Red Wing, give me one team from the East that is going to make it to the Cup.
Columbus.
Yep. Pro Styles, is your answer any different, or are we going Columbus as well?
Man, he took the words right out from underneath my mouth, man. I don't know.
Seems to be the consensus. They've got some names down there. There's really no bones about that. As long as they can keep it together, I see no reason they can't make a cup run. Have Steve-O and Rav.
I'm going to go ahead and switch that up. I've been really high on Columbus. But I got to give it to New Jersey, man. They have really stepped the game up. They have really produced. Their offense is awesome. They have a great goaltending tandem. I'm going to say New Jersey Devils are going to make it in there. That's my call.
All right. Now, I'm going to go completely off the grid here. I know that they're having trouble down there. All right, but I'm going Detroit. Okay, I'm going to pick Detroit. Even without pure Genesis, I think they can make a damn good cup run. They've got the ability to trade some people. I know they traded Darso away, but they've still got Kyle. They've still got the smoke, Panda Smoke and 93 momentum. They've got goaltending. I see them making the moves they need to make to stay in this cup run.
All right. It's still early.
All right. It is still early. Now, our predictions could change. Now, real quick, let's tell the viewers at home or sitting at their computers because they've got nothing better to do than watch us. What we've got planned for this radio show in the future. All right, we got some exciting stuff going on. All right, let's tell the viewers a little bit about what we've got coming. One of the things I'm really excited about is the top 5 plays. We're gonna have people send us in videos. We're gonna pick the top 5 and we're gonna bring them to you every week. What else do we have coming in, Pro Style?
We're gonna have a little Q&A. We're gonna set something up to where if you have some questions that you want answered on here, you got 2 vice presidents here in Red Wing who are willing to answer some questions. So anything you have, whether it be league-wide or just something you want to hear us talk about on the radio show, you can ask us that. We're also going to have some interviews potentially lined up where we can get some people on here and talk about some different things as well. What else do we talk about there, Mike?
Look, one of the people that I'm looking to bring in for the first interview is going to be Pig Farm. All right. El Presidente, as you may. We'll see if we can get him in here. I think that's about it. We've got the email set up for you guys. IOHLECradio@gmail.com. Go ahead and send us your videos and your questions, and we'll answer them in the next show. All right. Red Wing, you got anything to add? No, never does. So I guess we'll just wrap it up here. This is my name's Sir Mike Knight. We got Pro Styles and Red Wing. This is the East Coast Radio Show. Give us your feedback. All right. Have a nice day.